What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, bringing you another set from the Premier League Season 4. This one was an all-pick game. I guess they had some issues with the game or whatever, so I don't actually know how this draft went. I just know what we actually have. Let's go over that right now. On Team Dignitas, it's going to be, on the Dire side, Universe, playing that Weaver. Did Weaver get some new textures? No, he didn't. He got some cosmetics. Way Too Sexy is going to be playing that paiN, supporting out top Fogged. He's probably going to head towards the mid lane as the Puck. Tide's doing his job and clearing off as many trees as he can, playing as the Wisp, and Owie is going to be the last one, playing that CK. On the paiN side, we have Klotz playing that Lone Druid, heading up towards the top lane. I'm not sure who that is. Let's see if they have a different alias. Billy is going to be playing that Chen. Pata's on the Lifestealer, and that leaves green text. On the Rubik, ooh, that's some pretty nice stuff right there. But let's first take a look at who is playing in this one, unless it's just Yuka. I don't know if that's the only name they have. It seems like it is. Okay, so Yuka is going to be playing the mid lane Magnus for Team paiN. So, as it stands right now, Dignitas have only won one of their sets. I believe it was against Mousesports, and, well, paiN, they haven't won any. So, either way, both these teams are very, very low on the totem pole that is the Premier League Season 4. So they both want to get a couple more wins and really try to get up there and try to be competitive with the other teams, the likes of Team Liquid and VP, who I'm pretty sure have won every single game. Team Dignitas, they have a lot of lockdown from the looks of it. They do have that CK Wisp combination. The paiN Elemental to set that up as well is a substantial lane combination. Their late game damage through the Weaver, through the CK, through the Wisp overcharge is also pretty substantial. However, that is not to say that paiN don't have a lot of damage on their own. They do have Lone Druid, who looks like he's moved down to this bot lane, switched with Pata, who's going to get nothing on that top lane. But they do have the Lone Druid, they do have the Lifestealer. The thing is, though, that Weaver is very good against the Lifestealer. Not so much against the Lone Druid. If you get hit by an unlucky Untangle, that could mean your death unless you are really quick with that time lapse. But if you don't have that time lapse, then you're pretty much screwed. paiN also should have enough lockdown to really shut down the Weaver through the telekinesis, through a lucky Entangle perhaps, and always they have the reverse polarity. And Universe is already being pressured back pretty far in this lane. paiN also do have that dedicated jungler in Billy. We'll see when he wants to actually leave the lane and try to get a push on the spot lane. Klotz is going to have to wait until he gets his bear to have that recall ability before they actually go for a push in that tower, but once they do, Team Dignitas, they really can't do anything about it. Between the bear, between everything that the Chen is going to pull, and between the fact that the Weaver really doesn't have any lane control or like AoE control, besides the Swarm, which is just going to be more gold for paiN. Team Dignitas are going to get their bot and tower push. It's pretty much 100%, because really the only people on their team who has any sort of way to control that is Fogged. And he can move down there, yes, but you know, Illusory Orb as well as Waning Rift can only do so much to clear a creep wave. They're decent damage spells, but as far as nukes go, you want much better if you're going to be facing against such pushing from paiN. So paiN could choose to do that, of course, once the bear decides to level up. Bear is still not, yeah, soon. They soon can do that, although they probably want to buy as much time for Billy as possible. Universe is going to possibly do a little bit of creep jacking. He's going to spot the fact that Billy is here, but the thing is, level 1 Weaver versus a level 1 Chen with a Wildkin, you're not going to win that fight. So I don't know exactly what Universe is doing. Maybe he wants to just tag one of the harder ones. Do they die at the same time? 290, yeah, they will die at the same time, so if he Shikuchis, he get both of them. Oh, do it. Beautiful by Universe, jacking a whole ton of creeps, and Billy is going to get a little bit shafted by that, just a lot of experience that he should have had that he didn't get. But very well done by Universe, just small plays, got him a lot of experience, because those are the two hard creeps in the lane. Meantime, Owie in the top lane, he's just going to be farming it up all he can. The bear from Klotz on the bottom lane, trying to help out Pata. He's got a little bit of experience in 5 CS, but really he's not going to be a huge factor in this game unless he gets some farm. So really it's going to be up to paiN to make something happen. Whether that is through ganking or pushing, it is really up to them. I do think that they do stand a better chance of getting the Lifestealer some levels if they manage to take down a couple of towers. That'll give him a lot of gold, and which will in turn give him an opportunity to get a little bit more experience. However, they still have yet to actually try and go for that Billy. Got a lot of experience denied from him, and he's really looking to get that level 5 mark, and that mark is when you could get the level 3 Holy Persuasion. You'd get that extra creep, and that lets you push really, really effectively with the help of course, green text as well as Klotz, who will have a higher level bear by then. He should be level 5. Universe not doing too bad on this lane, actually. Not getting a whole bunch of CS, but, you know, against two ranged heroes, one of them is Lone Druid, and another one has a stun for you, and larger range. I think they both have larger range, actually. 550, 425, yeah. Weaver's outranged and outgunned, but he's actually not doing too bad. He's getting a little bit more experience, at least more experience than the Lifestealer on the top lane. Yuka on the mid lane, 16 for 1 versus Fog's 22 for 3 now. Puck is handling this lane very, very well, and Yuka's bottle is all out. Or her bottle? I don't know. Yuka seems like a girl name. I have no clue. But either way, the Magnus's bottle is out, and Fog is really putting on the pressure. I saw him dodge at least 2 of those shockwaves, and, well, there you go. He dodged a 3rd, so Yuka's going to be forced to use a shockwave to try to nab some last hits. But if the Mag moves up, then she's going to take a lot of right-click from this puck. I think the whole not having a draft thing just kind of threw me off. The draft isn't exactly my favorite part to cast through, just because sometimes it takes a really long time. But it kind of like sets up for the game, and otherwise I just dive right in. Yuka in a little bit of trouble. Fog, does he have his ultimate? He's going to burn it on this mid lane. Don't break that tether, Yuka. He's going to turn around for a shockwave, but he did break the tether. That's going to give Magnus first. No, that's going to give Fog, first blood on the Magnus. Another 600 gold as he receives his magic wand as well as his bottle. Now Fog hitting that level 7 mark, solidifying that win over the mid lane. That means Fog could be a little bit dangerous towards the other lanes. If he goes for the Chen, then he could burst them down with those high-level nukes that he has. Maxed out on the Illusory Orb is some pretty good damage. Top lane, there's really nothing to do there because Pada has completely left. Jungling the Lifestealer, it works, I guess, but it's definitely not optimal. You can make some really sick things happen with some nice choke point jungling and stuff like that. But he really wants a lane, however, it's simply impossible. If he goes up to this top lane, Aoi himself can take him out. Already level 6 CK, and then, you know, way too sexy with the level 2 Brain Sap, and of course the Wisp, who hasn't really been doing much. She's getting a little bit of pulls, doesn't even have any experience. Way too sexy is level 4. So Tides really has yet to make a huge impact in this game, and well, the longer he delays his level 6, that means the longer he's going to have to wait before he's allowed to make an impact in this game. Something I see from Tides quite a bit, actually. Kind of gets underleveled, which is a bad thing. I was about to say it isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're, you know, remaining active around the map, but really, he's not doing that much. I guess he's trying to just force out the bear, but really it's not substantial enough to really justify it. So Wisp, he really needs some experience. You need that level 6 on the CK. You could run with just a regular CK, no combinations, Wisp CK, for quite a while. However, the sooner you get it, the better it is. Because once you hit that level 6 mark, especially if your enemies don't know about it, then suddenly you have presence all over the map. And that's something that is fantastic and you never really want to pass up. Looks like Universe has moved down to this mid lane. Fogged is jungling, perhaps. Gonna clear off some of these camps. He needs Tides to get some of this experience. He really does. And Fogged, a high level puck is dangerous, sure, but you kind of want more than a level 1 Wisp 7 minutes into the game. He's gonna get level 2 now at least, so that should be good for him. But still, Fog is going to just farm up this big camp with that high level Illusory Orb, spam out all spells, and try to get to that Blink Dagger. If he could get an level 8 8-minute Blink Dagger, sure, he's level 8, that works, then he could really make things happen on the bot lane, even though, really with the level 1 Dream Coil, that's really all you need. This is the push that I was talking about, commencing on this bottom lane. Billy, with a Centaur as well as a Satyr, decent creeps to have when you're making this push. He's going to demolish this tower. Demolish, though, is not up for Klotz, has one more point in the bear before that actually happens. However, Universe really can't afford to do anything in this. He just can't. It's not going to happen. So the tower is going to drop to Klotz on this bottom lane. He's holding on to 1,800 gold. He could go for an extremely fast relic, actually. Only another 2,000 until that, and Universe really can't contest the farm of the Lone Druid. Even if he wanted to, it just is an impossibility right now. So Klotz could go for a really quick relic, although lately we've been seeing more and more people go for that Maelstrom into... They don't really go straight into Mjolnir. They just hold the Maelstrom, get that kind of AoE damage going. But then again, they don't really have many safe lane protected farms on the Lone Druid, so Radiance might still be the order of the day, especially if he gets this last tower hit. Universe is getting a little bit of experience from this, is going to hit the level 6 mark. Here comes Way Too Sexy, but only level 3 Wisp. I think paiN, we're falling back a little bit unnecessarily. They definitely think that more people are around, because why would you just come in on the Wisp like that? They think that the CK is around, but in fact he is not. He's still in his top lane farming. He's going to go for a very, very late game build, going for that Hand of Midas on the CK. Usually it's, instead of going for Hand of Midas, you go for a whole bunch of kills. But in a pinch, Hand of Midas can give you enough to really... Oh, this is dangerous. Hand of Midas can give you enough to, to mitigate the fact that you didn't get any kills in the early game, that your Wisp and paiN weren't really able to set anything up. So you're going to get your experience and farm another way, and that is going to be Hand of Midas. And paiN, they have no one running a Hand of Midas on their own. Yeah, it's way too late for the Lifestealer. And Lone Druid, if he was going to get it, he would have had it by now. But Universe is in a ton of trouble. Reverse Polarity, just press that R button. Universe is dead. There it is, Universe, Reverse Polarity. Green Tech's going to move forward, and he just got nuked to all hell. Magnus going to get that last hit with the level 4 Shockwave. Now that Magnus has moved down here, the push will continue. Fogged, the only AoE from Dignitas, is down here. Going to throw out those Illusion Orbs, try to draw creep aggro, but really it's not going to be enough, especially since Green Tech stole the spell. Meantime, the top lane, Lifestealer gets caught out of position. Fiend's Grip, not even used actually, just a Chaos Bolt. Lifestealer must have had his spells run out, but there's the 4-man Dream Coil. Fogged can take some heavy damage, throwing out the Illusion Orb once more. The Universe is back in this fight, going to try to go for Green Tech. Yuka can secure Owie away, 4-6-7. The Magnus is going to die. Universe with enough damage to kill off the Rubik, surprisingly. Now Billy on the run. Fogged is still around, however he's stuck in the trees. Yeah, he's definitely stuck. Illusion Orb going to fly, and Billy going to send Klotz back to the base, but Universe on the chase. There is no way for Billy to get out of this one unless he receives substantial teleportation support, but that's simply not going to happen. Level 4 Shikuchi, only level 1 on the German attack, but the Chen is going to die regardless, giving Universe one of those kills. So in the end, Dignitas make out really, really well. They dropped one. It was the Weaver. But that was before. So yeah, they just cleaned up paiN totally. They lost their tower, which isn't exactly fantastic for them. But Universe getting a couple of those kills is going to go straight for an Orchid actually. Rather uncharacteristic build coming out from the Weaver. I guess he figures that there aren't that many play stuns, so you don't necessarily need to get a quick Lincoln Sphere, which is the quote-unquote standard Weaver build. You might as well just go for that Orchid. Get that extra silence going and really enable the rest of your team to do the damage. Get that CK going, get that Wisp going. You could also accomplish the same thing through the use of that Medallion. However, now that the Weaver has a little bit of space to farm, he feels comfortable enough to go for those a little bit more high-ticket items. Green Tech's back on the top lane, on the bot lane, sorry, has picked up a Shikuchi from the Weaver, so he's going to be nigh unkillable. However, paiN, after that poor engagement, really have to reevaluate when they want to use that Reverse Polarity. Yes, they got it on the Weaver, but once Dignitas brought everything to bear with mass teleportations in, Fogged setting up with that Dream Coil onto 4, keeping them there so that the teleportations would actually stick. Meant that paiN were without any team fight at all, because really the Reverse Polarity is all they have. And Reverse Polarity is good and everything, especially if you land on a whole bunch of people, but they casted it on just Weaver, and yeah, the Weaver isn't really a huge high priority target because he doesn't really have anything going for him, or he didn't at that point. If you burn the Reverse Polarity for the CK and bring him down, yeah, I'd say that's worth it, because he's getting a ton of experience, so that means it's going to be a lot more experience for your team. He also is getting an insane amount of farm. Most of that should be unreliable, although he's a Hand of Midas. He doesn't really have that much unreliable, but it really depends on your timing. That'll be worth it, but going for a Weaver solo in exchange for a complete team wipe, it's definitely not trades that paiN should be willing to make. They should want more. There's a blink forward. And a silence? Who has the silence? Oh, it was just a waning rift. That was a little bit too far away from that. Teleportation's coming in. Yuka, the longest teleportation known to man. And Billy, once again, in a little bit of trouble, taking a little bit of harassment from Universe. However, Weaver, without going for any damage items off the bat, he's unable to kill off anyone without substantial amounts of support. Someone teleporting to this top lane. It is Klotz, you brave soul. Gonna go 1v1 versus the CK, who is 2 levels above you. Doesn't have any support, however, Tide's coming in hot with the Haste Rune. So if the Bear stays on that top lane for long enough, you could be in a lot of trouble. However, there are many heroes grouped up in this mid lane. paiN looking like they want to make some sort of push happen. However, Way Too Sexy as well as Universe, they're waiting in the wings. And they do have a relocate. Yes, they do. Are they going to go in? Fogged can jump in for a 2-man Dream Coil as well as doing heavy damage to Green Text. Here comes the relocate in a little bit further back. Owie going to dive straight in for Billy. Going to get that Reality Rift stun in. And the right clicks will be enough. The levitate a little bit too slow. Reverse Polarity unused on Fogged as well as Universe. However, Fogged time lapses all of that damage out. Fog is going to die, but at what cost for paiN? They picked up 2. Way Too Sexy in the meantime has also dropped, but Pata has no chance. Green Tech's also getting chased away. He does still have that Shikuchi, so he might be fine. However, oh yes, the jukes are going to be enough, and Lifestealer with enough movement speed to escape the CK, the phase boots, really giving him enough to get out of there. So paiN, don't take the absolute worst team fight. Oh, Owie's going to find him. One more hit. No, it's not going to be enough. Owie and Universe are going to make it out alive. Once again, we have a good for the first time, I guess, we have good reverse polarity, and paiN took that fight 4v5. Relocate from Tides was a little bit further back, and now he's going to try to make something happen on the plots. Tether is going to miss, however, and he actually tethers to Way Too Sexy. Going to get in range for that paiN's grip. Hope for no entangle. There's the Nightmare. Now we're taking a little bit of damage. 2-second stun there, and the Phantasm just to confuse the bear. Klotz gonna try to teleport out of there, but really you had no chance at that point. CK getting like last right click on that one, and another 1800 gold in the bank for the CK. He's gonna head towards his Midas, it looks like. I don't think the Blaze of Attack gonna be built towards anything else. But finally, paiN, they got a reverse polarity onto 2. I say finally, it's the second reverse polarity of the game. But they got the reverse polarity onto 2, managed to burn down the Bandit Elemental immediately, and he had paiN's grip up that entire time. So it's another really big spell that would have prevented the Lifestealer from running away, would have prevented the Rubik from running away as well. Oh, and Universe got to be in a little bit of trouble, levitating him up. The nuke damage is very, very high. Skewer forward from Magnus. That's enough damage to kill off the Weaver. The Sentry Ward still there, doing wonders for paiN. And on the back of that kill, they're just going to go straight for the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. However, here comes Team Dignitas, fogged most of all with that Blink Dagger, only level 1 on that ultimate, still going to catch Green Tech as well as the Chen on that one. Owie's going to come in with Tides. Who's he going to go for? He's going to straight for Yuka, doesn't want to deal with any of those shockwaves, as well as the ultimate from Bane, going to lock him down. However, Owie gets entangled. He might be in a little trouble. He doesn't have anything else to escape. This Magus to charges won't be enough. Tides, though, going to get a couple of people stunned before he does relocate out of there, and CK going to teleport right back into this lane, going to look for Reality Rift. Where is it, Yuka? Do you have your reverse polarity? Yes, you do. So he wants to use it, and Dignitas forced to buy back with the CK. He does have his armlet, however, and very, very little gold. So really, I don't think he lost all that much from buying back. However, just the opportunity cost kind of thing of, buying back and wasting that money. Did he get anything for it? Not necessarily. However, he didn't really lose much either because he already has his item. And although it could have been going towards a bigger item later on. Oh, there you go. Gonna get a stun onto you. Get 2 seconds with the tether. Puck with that Waning Rift is going to kill off the Magnus. Got a little bit too close to the CK. Something you definitely don't want to have happen. Magnus taking another death, putting the final tally for him at 252. Means that his Blink Dagger is going to be ages away, and Fog has already had this Blink Dagger for like, what, a good 5-6 minutes? Doing work as well. Dream Coil, jumping into a whole pack of them, not landing it onto more than 2. However, really, if you get a whole bunch of people dead, doesn't really matter. Klotz now in a ton of trouble. Spirits are all going to land. He's already down to half HP before the stun from the CK even comes out. And Owie and Tides just working him down. Now he finds himself an easy snipe on that lone druid. In the meantime, bottom lane Weaver picking out the bottom lane tier 1 tower with the help of Way Too Sexy, level 8 on that Bane. Weaver is well on his way to his Orchid, actually. He's going to get it within 20 minutes in a pub. That would be extraordinary, and for a hard lane Weaver, that's also pretty darn impressive, the amount of farm that he is getting, considering his really, really poor early start. The team fights are really helping out for him. 2 deaths on him, but really, he got everything in those team fights. Oh, Way Too Sexy got paiN's grip stolen by Green Tex. Skewer forward is going to get the kill for Magnus. Green Tex has been stealing some pretty good stuff. Shikuchi, get that paiN's grip, just needs to get a reverse polarity next. Top lane is going to drop with the Phantasm Illusions up. There's really nothing that paiN can do to prevent this. CK is going to get even more gold from that. Another 1600 gold from him. He's getting money so damn quickly. And now we see a pause from Yuka. So let's go over the current state of the game. paiN, with the kind of pushing lineup, has completely carved down the bot lane, but other than that, their pushing hasn't really been all that much. Their Bear, as well as the Magnus, kept on getting sniped out. Actually, Bear only taking 2 deaths, but still, Klotz, did he get his relic? No, he actually didn't. Maybe he was forced to go for the Lightning Hammer because he kept on getting sniped out. But yeah, Dignitas are definitely finding the picks. Chaos Knight, with the help of that Wisp Relocate, making sure that these fights always go the way of Dignitas. And that is going to mean that the gold advantage as well as the experience advantage is going to show favor for the Dire team. And that is going to continue to roll that way until Magnus and his team gets a really good ultimate and then team wipe. It's really the only chance that paiN have. They could try to continue farming, but super late game, they're going to be up against a Weaver as well as a CK who has a Hand of Midas. So CK is going to quote-unquote get to the late game a lot faster than the rest of the paiN's side. And then of course you have Weaver, who is extremely annoying in the late game. And then Wisp even is going to be a huge threat with that overcharge. Once that gets maxed out, then Aui's going to be attacking like an absolute madman. Going to pick up a bit booster, might just be a casual and wait for heart later, or might just be rushing the heart straight away. More tankiness. Even that Pada does a little bit more damage to him, but really the Life Stealer just now picking up his drums with phase boots on him. He's not really a huge threat for Team Dignitas. It's really, they got to take out the Magnus, which is why you see Aoi constantly focusing him with that Reality Rift tether stun, and then making sure he's dead before that fight really gets going. Lone Druid isn't a huge problem either. He's almost at his Lightning Hammer, but the fact of the matter is he does not have that Lightning Hammer yet. So Team Dignitas really have the tempo of their game under control. That's really what you get when you pick up the Wisp, who's picked up the Soul Ring as well as Tranquil Boots. Another Vit booster on him. This Wisp was actually pretty damn tanky considering how little he got in the early game. There's Vit boosters galore, but here we go. paiN can make another push onto the mid tier 1 tower. Fogged is here, but we remember last time that they tried to do this. This time they are going to take the tower. Puck looking for the deny, not going to find it. And paiN, are they going to keep going? They should keep going, try to force out some teleportations back, but instead they themselves are going to fall back. Yuka going to get completely spotted out before that ward times out. Universe, way too sexy, looking for a Fiend's Grip combination. Universe on the chase. Don't think he revealed himself. Magnus should be still in the dark, but they want to use this Fiend's Grip to kill off this Magnus. Meantime, top lane, Aoi, as well as Tides, a little bit of trouble from them. Green-Tech's going to get the Levitate, does have a Waning Rift Silence, however, not the most useful spell for them. There's the initiation on the bot lane. Fiend's Grip into a Shikuchi for the damage. Magnus getting dropped another 300 gold for him. It's going to mean that his Blink Dagger is going to take another, well, let's say a minute before it actually comes up. And already, 19 minutes in with solo mid Magnus, you want the Blink Dagger by now because these reverse polarities, they need to land. Way too sexy and Universe going to get forced back by Green-Tech's. With Weaver with that Orchid Malevolence, you could go straight onto the Rubric and put some heavy damage on him, especially if Tides and Aoi teleport in. Split push from Team Dignitas. Another thing that you get when you pick up that Wisp. paiN, they just need more heroes to deal with this. They could try to handle it in such a way that they're trying right now. Pada, gotta look for that open wound. He's gonna find it onto Aoi, but instantly splitting out. He's gonna get that Reality Rift in. Damage prevented by that Rage. However, Aoi still with a huge army attached to him. The force out Klotz gonna force out Pada and Billy. You don't even want to get close to that. Aoi though still looking for blood. Doesn't have much mana. Reality Rift is going to break on Klotz. Meantime, the bottom lane pushed down, successfully destroyed by Universe. But Aoi and Tides, they did burn out the CK ultimate. paiN did. But really, to what effect? You forced out the ultimate, great, but you lost the bot lane tower. You're probably going to lose the mid lane tower as well. They did lose the mid lane tower. Fogged, unable to get that last right click versus the Life Stealer. Oh, Billy, you do not want to be there. Billy, why? Teleportation coming in is going to be Klotz. Green-Tech's going to get that Levitate onto Tides. Tides does not have enough to survive this. One more hit is going to kill him off. Rubik gets that one, but instant buyback from the Wisp. Going to relocate straight into everything. No, he's not going to do that. Green-Tech stole the Spirits. Not the most useful spell for him. However, it does do some pretty good damage, but you know, paiN losing 2 towers very quickly. Did get the deny on 1, but Aoi is getting so freaking big right now. I didn't think he was going to go straight for heart because it is a very expensive item. Doesn't give you a ton of damage. However, if you're getting this much gold, then why not become unkillable? Because then your illusions will be unkillable as well, and they'll be able to do the damage. And then CK could easily transition into additional damage items afterwards, and Overcharge not yet fully maxed out. So, you know, maybe you want to wait a little bit for those straight up damage items. The armlet does give you a lot of damage, a lot of strength. So Aoi is going to be pretty much unkillable during those fights once he picks up that big axe. Dignitas, they're looking at Roshan. They don't really have anyone to tank it unless the CK comes down here. Way too sexy. It's not what you want to do. Gonna burn all of his mana for a brain sap. They're slowly gonna work this down, but I don't actually think this is worth Dignitas' time. They need the CK for this one. He has the big axe. He could tank this, and yeah, Dignitas are getting pretty much owned by that Roshan. Okay guys, we tested the waters. We realized that Roshan is pretty strong, so we're just going to go back to split pushing. Fogged and way too sexy. On the bot lane, Universe in the mid lane, not much health on him, however he does have Tranquil Boots, and Owie just still farming up. Almost at his Heart of Tarrasque, whereas Klotz, what do you have? Lightning Hammer, and that's it, right? Yeah, Lightning Hammer. Mech is finally up on that Chen, so it's going to help him a lot, but really, Dignitas have a ton of burst damage, and Mech is not the best at preventing that. Magnus is slowly finding his farm, another 100 gold until he gets a very, very useful item, the Blink Dagger. Pada, chased down by that puck, just spotting out for a possible relocate. But really, the items aren't coming up for paiN as fast as they are coming up from Dignitas. 2,000 gold for this paiN. Could he be looking towards a Blink Dagger as well? Quite possibly. Get that Blink initiation on the Magnus, lock him down. It's a little bit risky because then you have to deal with the Rubik, who's going to lift you up in the air. But if you could take that lift, then that means that Owie is going to have all the free time in the world. So way too sexy. I don't know what you're building towards, but you need to get something now because the enemy team is starting to converge and it could be a little bit dangerous. I really want to know. I'm going to keep my cursor on him. Top lane, Owie's going to stun the bear, try to bring it down, but taking a little bit of damage in exchange. We do have Fogged in Universe. They're going to go for a pincer onto Pada. However, he sees it coming from a mile away. The paiN, they just seem to not have enough heroes on the map. I mean, way too sexy. This is a support Bane, farming way past the river. He's absolutely fearless. Granted, he did have a couple of allied heroes in the area just in case things did get hairy. Oh, Owie on the top lane might want to pop off that Phantasm and run for it. There's the blink forward, skewered back. Phantasm is going to pop out with reverse polarity instantly in response. Owie possibly going to get evacuated by Tides. It is not going to happen. Owie is going to fall, and now the Wisp lifted up into the air by the Rubik and gets shockwave down. Lifestealer going to get that kill. Dignitas is fogged. Got to get out of there as well. It does have that Yule Scepter, so he's going to book it out of there. In the meantime, Universe as well as way too sexy. Yes, it is a Blink Dagger for the Bane. Initiation galore. They're going to try to take the tier 2 mid lane. However, I don't think that can happen in Fogged. You do not really want to be here. There are a lot of heroes here. Illusory Orb is not going to help this push. Fogged, blink out. Run away, run away. Teleportation coming in. Universe as well as way too sexy. They want to defend this actually. Swarm going to fly, put a little bit of damage, a little bit of distraction as well, but Lone Druid with that bear damage is enough to kill off the tower. Fogged looking for a blink forward into a stun. Billy gonna get silenced. Is there enough damage to pop him off? Yes, there is with the blink as well as the right clicks. Weaver gonna pick that one up. Now Klotz on the run. He's not really taking that much damage. However, Universe hasn't really started focusing. There he is. Orchid Silence gonna start things off. Klotz is taking now some heavy damage. Brain Sap from way too sexy. Pure damage burning through that armor of the Lone Druid. Going to take him out as well, so paiN take the top tier 1 tower in exchange for 2, losing a great deal of the Chen army as well. And yet again, another trade that paiN cannot afford to take. That wasn't even with Owie and Tides involved. That was just the other 3. And Dignitas can take fights like that with just 3 heroes. Then think of what could happen when Owie and Tides actually join the fight. Oh, speaking of join the fight, Yuka, good luck, man. You are so very dead. CK getting an easy snipe there, and Tide's going to get sent back home. Probably going to leave Owie down in the spot lane. He does not have Phantasm yet, but if he could force some attention off of that top lane, it'll allow for Universe to do the damage onto that tower. And paiN, they really need like vast numbers over all their lanes. They need like 2.5 people to kill off this CK. They need 4 at least onto the top lane to fend off the other heroes. Owie is going to just be completely fine to do as much as he wants to that tower before the rest of his team falls back. Next order of business probably going to be that tier 2 mid lane tower. And Owie, well, he doesn't even have to be there. He could he has enough regen with the Heart of Tarrasque to just leave that armlet on, because why the hell not? 3,000 health on the CK combined with 13 armor. The CK is nigh unkillable. They could lock him down, get that shockwave going, but really, if he's with the rest of his team, then that is not going to fly. He is just going to go straight for that bot lane. The rest of his team is in the vicinity. However, paiN, they're really concentrating on defending their tier 2 mid lane tower. They don't have to worry about CK just yet, but they can't really afford to stay here. They need to move someone down. And it needs to be someone more than the Rubik, because if Rubik gets reality rifted and stunned, he's dead. So dead. Just pressure on all the lanes. Constricting paiN's farm. You can see Universe dipping into the jungle camps. Gonna go for, wow, armlets. Gonna go for a match style of his own. Double armlet coming out from paiN. You need that cost-effective damage. Armlet is a very, very cost-effective item, but you don't get it in the late game because it has the degen. It has negative things attached to it. However, you get a lot of damage for the cost. So that's what makes it an early game item. paiN still still forced to get early game items 26 minutes into the game, whereas Dignitas, they're getting some really big items. Manta Style on the Weaver, Blink Dagger on the Bane, Blink Dagger on the Puck up, Yule Scepter on him, and another 1900 gold. Could be a Sheep Stick, could be a Shiva's. Either way, it will be a devastating item. And here we go, Owie. He's going to get the Aegis. He's like, move over, ladies. Let me show you how it's done. In the meantime, they're all fighting. Universe is going to try to go for Billy, but he has the time lapse out of there. There's a skewer back onto 2. Way Too Sexy is going to die. And that, yeah, Fog didn't get out of there. Universe sniping off 1, going to Shikuchi himself away. He should be absolutely fine. No one on paiN can actually catch up to him. Even going to stop for a creep kill. Why not? And then just head back towards the team. In the meantime, Dignitas, they're going to also take down the Roshan. So 1-for-1 trade, support for support. Kind of an even trade there. However, it's going to be Owie and Tide's going to look to snipe someone else. Universe is going to be bait. Fog is going to be in the area as well. Possibly they're wanting someone to try to go for them because they know it's going to be a even fight. Even if 5 come, they could still take them 4v5. Team Dignitas at this point. However, it's just going to be Owie and Tides chilling together. It's actually a Sanj on the CK. I don't think that's going to be a Sanj and Yasha. It's probably going to be a Heaven's Halberd. The evasion will help him a great deal versus this Lifestealer, who's never ever going to get an MKB at this rate. Lone Druid probably is not going to get an MKB either. Went for the armlet on his bear, which does give you some pretty good damage. And I don't know if this is intended or not, but your bear does not degenerate. It seems like it isn't intended, but I don't know how long that's actually been there because I never actually considered the item on the hero. But Owie and Tides are going to look to relocate into this mid lane where there is going to be a fight breaking out very shortly. 20 seconds until that mag ultimate is available for them. So Team Dignitas have a 20-second window where they could try to bulldoze down this tower. However, you can't really just go straight in like that. Pata isn't here, but then again, Pata isn't really a threat. So Team Dignitas is going to play it slow, push down the top lane, force someone from paiN to leave this mid lane so that the rest of the team can easily snipe it off. Then once they go to that top lane, Owie and Tides just shift on over. Fiend's Grip on the bear. They really want this hero dead. However, the Fiend's Grip stolen by Rubik. I think that was a little bit of a misplay from Team Dignitas. Now they're up against a very devastating ultimate, especially if your name is CK. However, he does have the Aegis. He does have a ton of health. And I don't know if paiN actually have enough to burn through all that health. Dignitas, they've had enough. They forced people onto the top lane. They're just going to go straight for it. Starting off with a little bit of backdoor, but overdrive onto Owie. That's overcharge, I'm sorry, onto Owie. That is more than enough to bring that tower down. Owie looking for a Reality Rift stun. He does have the Aegis, so he can play a little bit suicidally, and Dignitas, the only thing they got to worry about is that reverse polarity. I guess they also have to worry about the Fiend's Grip stolen on the Rubik. Which is why they're just going to fall back. Better safe than RP'd. Universe continuing to get his farm. Hand of Midas still working for that CK. It's actually Sanj and Yasha. That is a very peculiar item. Sanj and Yasha, the item that is the jack of all trades but the master of none. The reason you don't see it is because there are items that give you better things. Like if you want damage, you go for an MKB. If you want health, you go for a heart, and I don't think he actually needs any more health. If you want the movement speed, you just hold the Yasha and go for a Manta Style in the CK. If you want to slow, well, I don't know why he would want to slow, but he could he could definitely just go for Eye of Scotty or a Basher if you want lockdown. But he is going to go for that Sanj and Yasha. S&Y, very interesting. That's not to say that it's a bad item, just it's a purely balanced item, which in most cases isn't what you want to have. You want to have a specialized item. Way Too Sexy, gonna get mauled by a bear. Now he's gonna nightmare the bear. He's gonna slip away. Owie and Tide's thinking about jumping in on that. Lots his bear, he does a lot of damage. That armlet, plus 117, is not to be messed with. Dignitas with full split push, you gotta watch out. If you get lifted up into the air, you are going to be very dead. Puck, there's the green tags, don't even need the lift, skewering him back. Puck throwing away his life on that mid lane. Maybe he forgot that there's a Fiend's Grip on the other end. Either way, that shouldn't have happened. A Levitate would have done, a Telekinesis would have done pretty much the same thing. Oh, Universe, gonna get entangled. First hit, but very quick with that Manta Style. He was ready for it.
Bottom tower is under
Split push continues from Team Dignitas. Tier 3 is under a little bit of pressure. Tides as well as Owie sticking together, while the rest of their team kind of doing their own thing. But paiN, what is that? Is that a refresher orb? Perseverance. Lincoln Sphere probably would be better. Steal that, get rid of that spell steal. But he does have that Sage's Mask, and Sage's Mask, CK. What the hell happened there? I don't know what paiN was doing there. He was completely spotted out by that Observer Ward, but my bad. Didn't expect the Life Stealer to actually be there. But that just goes to show the amount of map control that Team Dignitas have. If Team paiN leave their base, they're going to get ganked. That is just a fact. They're going to get blinked upon, and then Fiend's Grip, blink and then puck combination, or AoE and Tides just come in and kill them all. So Team Dignitas can use this map control not to push down towers quite yet. They've already taken down all the tier 2s. They're just going to keep farming up their heroes. CK, though, is almost maxed out. He's going to lose the Aegis shortly. It's going to be another minute, so Team Dignitas have a minute to do something crazy. Looks like they're not actually going to do it, however. I guess they just want that extra slot. Aegis, Roshan, they got the kill. That means they get the gold, right? That's all they wanted. The Aegis not used. They're all just pushing out every single lane individually. Getting the farm from that one. Getting the farm from all the lanes as well as the jungle. So they're going to get further and further ahead. So this is the ultimate slow and steady way to win. Now we're going to try to kill off the bear. 2-second stun. He's doing some pretty heavy damage now with that overcharge. Bear down to 800 HP. Bear's going to be forced to get resummoned or heal in the fountain. That's a lot of time where the bear is offline. But now choosing to push in, the Aegis is going to be reclaimed very, very shortly. Top lane being split push by the Weaver Manta Illusions. Weaver even has his Demon Hedge for him. MKB possibly, or Daedalus. But the split push is there. Got to keep my eye on both of these fights. It could be impossible. Fog in the mid lane as well, putting pressure there. But really the thing that they got to worry about is AoE. However, the thing that paiN could actually realistically defend is the Universe and way too second in the top lane. So paiN going to open up straight for AoE. AoE doesn't really care. The Reverse Polarity is going to launch, and the Aegis is actually gone. AoE might be in a little trouble. There's the Phantasm blink forward from Fog. Not going to catch anyone with that silence, however. The tower does drop it. Now these Phantasm illusions are going to go straight for the melee racks. They can't even stop these illusions. These illusions are going to take racks for them. One more hit. There you go. Melee racks is down. Team Dignitas get what they came for. In the meantime, top lane, Universe, as well as Way Too Sexy, still sticking around. They could blink out or Shikuchi out at a moment's notice. They're going to get double racks. Now Universe can't actually afford that. No more True Sight now that the tower's down. Where is the CK? He is still in the base. You can get Reality Rift, Tether Stun on the bear. Bear is dead. Forced to resummon. Gotta resummon it now, Klotz. You want that on a cooldown because your bear isn't really gonna last that long. Hand of Might is killing off that centaur, and then 4-man Dream Coil. Billy is going to drop it in an instant. Hand of God actually coming out before he does die, but really, is that enough? 4-second stun onto Green Tech and send him up into the air. Does have Illusion Orb, gonna do some heavy damage to AoE, who's gonna get screwed back as well. 3-second stun on him, and heart or no heart, he is going to die. Buying back into the game instantly. Teleportation back from the Wisp, I believe. Yes, they want to relocate him back into this fight. Top lane has been completely carved out by Way Too Sexy Universe. paiN trying to go all 100% onto the bot lane. Did kill off only the CK, but they lost their top lane, and now paiN gonna try to kill off Way Too Sexy, who's gripping the bear. However, AoE already shredding down the Rubik and move straight for the Life Stealer. 3-second stun, swipe, 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 you're dead. And that is going to be it, I think. paiN, they're 3 men down. There's the GG well played. AoE's just simply too big at this point. Can hold the ultimate orb, so I guess he just wanted the Sanj and the Yasha to go for Mantis Style and Halberd later. That's a solid thing to do. You get the item, get some pretty heavy benefits from those items before you go for the more expensive ultimate orb or the Talisman Evasion, which don't really give you as cost-effective benefits. Talisman Evasion in some situations will give you that. But regardless, that is going to be the end of game 1, guys. 13-22 as Dignitas close it out versus Team paiN. We're going to move on to game number 2 and see if Team Dignitas can pick up their second win, or if paiN can actually recover in this tournament and try to find their first win. Let's burn through the rest of this game. Owie swiping away. There we go. The Aegis has gone down. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe. Otherwise, don't like, subscribe, and let me know why. GG, guys. Look at those creeps. They're circling around nothing.